Your creative side hustle is going to double in revenue this year because you're going to do less. And this isn't some like mimic, let's do less to get more. It is, we are going to make what you offer insanely simple, insanely unique, insanely desirable, and you're going to see results that you have never seen before. I'm Savannah. I'm the founder of Cinna Soul. I have been a creative entrepreneur, side hustler, whatever we want to name it, for the past 6 years now. And I want to save you time because I have spent so many years learning this. The number one tip, the one thing I want you to get out of this video is you need to do less better. You need to do less better. And what I mean by that, as creatives, we're so tempted to have 1,000,001 ideas, right? Like, and I'm not asking you to strangle your creativity at all. And my nails are my credentials for being a creative. We have 1,000,001 different ideas, and it's so insanely important that we pick one to niche down on. And I'm not saying put all your ideas, all your dreams, all your creative endeavors to the side, but as a customer looking at what you offer and you have 15 different things, you sell jewelry and paintings and photography, what's making you different? Let's pick one, make it insanely simple, and watch it grow. So my credentials for this, over the past 3 years, I have seen my revenue double year over year. And last year I grew 150% in revenue. And it all happened whenever I had 1,000,000 different offerings, put it down to 2 different offerings, and I made them as perfect as possible. And again, hearing this as a creative, I totally understand. This is so scary and it's not what you want to do, but I promise if you decide on the backbone of what your business is going to be built around and you focus on building that up, this is not pigeonholing you in. It is the scariest thing because you think that it is, but you are building trust. You are offering a good product, you're offering a good service, you're offering something that you're fully confident in, and you're really perfecting it. How you're able to do this is by auditing what you have going on. And I know you're like, Savannah, I'm a creative. The last thing I want to do is like do numbers, look at everything going on. A hard truth is to be successful with a creative business, if you're wanting to scale, you have to start identifying as not only a creative, but also a business owner. And if you're not ready to do that, that's okay. But at one point you're going to have to decide, I am also a business owner, or partner with someone that can take on the business entrepreneurial side, because you can't just be a creative and be successful. And that took me about 4 years to learn. So first what we're going to do is audit. So what I'm going to ask you to do, get out 2 sheets of paper. One piece of paper, you're going to write down absolutely every single thing that you're spending time on within your business, where, wholesalers, suppliers, if you're having conference calls, whatever it may be, absolutely everything. Second piece of paper, you're going to write down absolutely everything that you're spending finances on within your business. Pause the video, take time to write down absolutely everything on both those pages. Once you have done that, now we are going to look through both of those pieces of paper with the idea of which tasks are bringing direct revenue to my business. So what I mean by that, if you're running ads on Instagram and you never look at the metrics, it is crucial that you go look at the metrics right now and see, is this driving direct sales? Are these emails that I'm sending out weekly driving clicks to my website? We need to see the needle moving within our business to be able to identify where our efforts are actually moving the needle, right? We need to be able to see the metrics behind what we're desiring. You have to make sure there's a through line. So when you're going through these 2 pages that you wrote down and you're auditing where you're spending your time and money, it is so crucial that you are not being biased to your own efforts. Because a lot of times we think what we're doing is moving the needle, but if we don't have something to back that up, that may not necessarily be true. As you audit, you want to find maybe the top 3 things within your time and your finances that are really heavily moving the needle in your business. And then with those 3 things, we're going to create the foundation of your business. And again, you may already be established, you may already have good momentum going, but what we're really wanting is to double that revenue. So those things, the core things with your time and money that you already see are moving the needle, we're really going to niche down on, and we're going to perfect them as much as possible. So say you go live on Instagram every week, and through that you've had people reply, say, I'm going to your website now, I bought something. You see the click through rates. Okay, how can we really optimize that experience, and how can we make sure to leverage this? So if you're going live once a week, maybe you can get rid of the emails that you're sending out every single week that only 2 people open, and do 2 lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying figure out what's working, and then let's continue to do it. And if you're like, Savannah, okay, well, when I'm looking at these 2 sheets of paper, my needle's not moving. It is time to test. It is time to find new things, try new things, see the results of that, and then leverage it from there. A really hard pill for me to swallow is effort does not equal success as a creative entrepreneur. And that took me a long time to figure out. But instead, it's so important that you're enjoying the process, but also you're in alignment. And why that's important is, again, like, the effort doesn't equal success, but the effort is kind of like a playground, right? We need to learn how to enjoy that process, and something that is so crucial for sustainable success. Because again, like, I'm not just looking for something that's going to move the needle, but I'm looking for something that's going to move the needle consistently. And also I want to be moving with the needle. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times creative entrepreneurs find something that works, but then they don't have desire for it anymore. So once you have this foundation, you have done your audit, and you have an idea of the foundation of your business and what you really want to perfect, it is so crucial for your well-being and the sustainability of your side hustle that you take time to analyze what you're moving forward with, and to make sure it's in alignment with who you are as an individual and as a creative. So you've gotten down to your main idea, what you really want to leverage. Go for a walk, take some deep breathing, do some self-care practices, and really get comfortable with the idea of the foundation you are laying, and make sure it feels good to you. Make sure it feels like a full body yes. And if it doesn't, go back to the drawing board. Find something that feels good and true to who you are, because that is where sustainability is. And again, we're picking one thing to really leverage, but do not limit your creativity. Do not limit where you're coming from. And you might be like, Savannah, that's very contradicting. No, like, this is your business. You're focusing on one, you're growing it, and then we're going to take stuff off the shelf and add it into your business once we have that foundation. But in the meantime, as you're building that foundation, do not suffocate your creativity on a personal level. You know, just because you have a business, say you're offering courses online on horseback riding, I don't know, very niche, but that's what you're offering online, but you love pottery. You know, those two don't really go hand in hand, right? But I'm not going to deprive myself from going and taking a pottery class or really flexing that muscle. It is so important as a creative that you have all of these things continuously going on. When you're trying to pour all your stuff into one bucket, you are going to get burnt out. So what we're doing is we're pouring a lot of energy into one bucket and perfecting it, but we're also on our own playground on a personal level. So simply put, the way that your side hustle is going to double in revenue this year is you are going to make one thing insanely simple. Second, you are going to make sure it is in full alignment with who you are as an individual, and then you're going to go from there. What I'll leave you with is the reason why we make things extremely simple is because whenever you think about, say you're getting someone to come clean your house, it is very straightforward what they're going to do. They're going to come and they're going to clean your house, and you're probably going to vet a bunch of different people, see who has the best reviews, who specializes in what you want done. Say it's like baseboards, find somebody that's really, really good at baseboards. Well, when I'm bringing them into my house to clean my baseboards, I really don't care how well they can clean a school bus. You know, like I don't really have a preference on how they deep clean a car, because I'm not inviting you into my home to clean my car. I'm inviting you into my home to clean my house. And that's what I'm saying when I say make it extremely simple. Make it so simple that when someone comes to your page, your service, your booth, whatever it may be, wherever you're at, it is so straightforward with what you offer, and it is so clear the quality of what you offer that no doubt I'm going with you, because you provide the best in that service. Very straightforward, very simple, but it's exactly what I'm looking for. So of course I'm going to go with you, and it doesn't matter if it's more expensive, because you clean the baseboards best.